plug to the leading team's goaltender. The first team to reach that target score wins. The Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance welcomes all the teams that can be attended for this historic event. Check out visitraleigh.com for all the info you'll need to enjoy your time in Cary. Renegade GK is thrilled to be part of TST because, like us, this tournament is exciting and different. Come check us out and take advantage of the special 20% TST discount off all Renegade GK gloves. Fans, be sure to check out the soccer.com merchandise tent located here at the event entrance to purchase all official TST and team apparel right on site. North Carolina FC Youth is proud to have current and former coaches, players, and staff participating in TST. Visit tstfcyouth.com to learn more about soccer programs for kids of all ages and abilities. Gopher is your one-stop shop mobile app to help you get things done. Download the app today and turn your to-dos into done. Need it now? Go for it.
Welcome back to beautiful Cary, North Carolina, outside of Raleigh. The curtain comes down on the group stage this afternoon in the very first soccer tournament. Tar Heel State supremacy on the line. The Raleigh Rebels and Charlotte FC wrapping up Group H play. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neil Sika here on Field 4. All four teams in this very first TST from the state of North Carolina. And for the Raleigh Rebels, they can claim a third win after a heated affair with rival North Carolina FC last night. It finished 6-5. Duke will play them for the second place spot. Raleigh knows they're through and will top the group. And for Charlotte FC, who put this roster together with heavy hearts in memory of defender Anton Walks, who was killed in a boating accident prior to the start of the MLS season. They're playing for his fund, and they're playing for pride today and hoping to earn a victory. This is Group H. Raleigh positioning themselves at the top, and they'll wait to see if they face Jackson Tennessee Boom or Team Dempsey from Group G. Sneaky Fox has both victories on the other side of the bracket. And we just saw an enthralling finish in Group F to take the second place spot, belonging to Conrad and Beasley United. They beat Natty FC. Charlotte gets loose. They've lost 6-3 to NCFC and 5-2 to Duke. Jimmy Nealis, Georgetown standout a decade ago, played with the New York Cosmos for 2 seasons. His veteran pedigree and a family of soccer players. His brother Sean and Dylan play for the New York Red Bulls in MLS. He'll run out there amongst the starting 7 against the red-hot Raleigh Rebels. And this is a group that's been practicing not just for months, but for years together. A lot of these players part of the Omega Ball Championship in 2021. They've won 2 of them as a program. Omega Ball, 3 teams playing in a triangle on a small field. They've won that twice. And they know all about the transition game 7-on-7, and that's why they've been so successful, stomping on the Duke Sevens 5-0 in their opening game. And then NCFC back and forth with the local club through the years. Some have played for that team. Caleb Duvernay is one of those players. He was on the USL Championship version of North Carolina FC in 2020. Played his college ball for the Wolfpack and a draft pick of the Portland Timbers in 2018. He's starting in the back today for the Raleigh Rebels, coached by Nat Hubert. And the cries of Carolina State champs. That's what they want to accomplish. Even though they know they're through, they'll rest some players today in their final group stage match, because the job has been done to get them to the top, but they'd like to complete it with 3 wins. Here in the soccer tournament, we play 7-on-7, this brand new set of rules, 20-minute halves. You can sub on the fly, it's unlimited. No throw-ins. Every game ends in target score time. And target score time, what is it? Well, the leading team score +1. And of course, if you are awaiting a goal, players come off every 5-minute interval that's kept on the field by the referee. Fast and furious, the games move at a fever pitch. 2 20-minute halves. Mentioned no throw-ins. There's also no offside. Raleigh 2-0. They're +6 on goal differential. Adonis Alwar waiting for each team to finish off their group meetings. The man with the hat and the shorts is Nat Hubert, who grew up in Brighton, England, and spent time with Southampton. He played with Chase Rohde, University of Nottingham, and won a national championship there in England at the university level. Rohde previously played at Wake Forest. So a lot of local college guys, those who have kicked it around both in the indoor leagues, Omega Ball with Raleigh, the outdoor game with North Carolina FC. It's a big melting pot of Tar Heel talent for the team in white. That's the Raleigh Rebels. They've already taken the group. Charlotte FC, the only club to represent an MLS side. Minted in 2022. They made a valiant run trying to get into the playoffs last season. Came up just shy. Playing for the memory of Anton Walks, Darius Barnes, former Duke standout, their player head coach, who helped put the team together. We are underway. Final game of the group stages. Simultaneous action. That'll be at the top of your screen. Now, the one to keep an eye on between North Carolina FC and Duke Sevens, two See who will claim the second spot in this group. And all your final scores are running down below. We've already got some of our round of 16 matchups set. Looking forward those tonight on Peacock. As we're creeping closer, this 4-day event for the $1 million prize. 7-on-7 for 7 figures. Dominic Jensen overran that, and Spencer Wadsworth will take the touch for Charlotte FC. The crown featuring a couple of former Duke alums who they lost to last night, 5-2. The Duke Sevens pulled away, and quite the about face from the Blue Devil legacies, who did not score against these Raleigh Rebels the first time out and then wanted a little more punch in the attack, and they found it to the tune of 5 goals. Now these Rebels know each other well. And a rocket attempt by Lucas Del Rosario, who had 4 seasons at UNC. The state, whether you played professionally in it or collegiately, it's all represented here in this group. Trying to run onto it. Koblihar, the midfielder who spent a season at Jacksonville University. He had the game winner last night in target score time, 6-5. It was testy against North Carolina FC. Rerouted through the middle and just wide. The goalkeeper, Alex Moreno, who's the goalkeeping coach at Pfeiffer University in Missenheimer, North Carolina. He'll start today in the back. Charlotte FC also with Jimmy Nealis, Sean Berry, and Darius Barnes out there. That will get over the top of the bar. Scott Larrabee and Dustin Swinehart. The long-time Charlotte Eagle playing in the USL First Division. Very successful career down here, and grew up in the Columbus, Ohio area. Got the streaky blonde hair in the attack for Charlotte. 3 minutes in. Chase Brody anchors the back for the Raleigh Rebels. Good looking opportunity here, and the opening goal to Cameron Steele. Steele composure to wait on the move from the keeper Moreno. And the chant begins early. The Rebels on the board. Not 3.5 minutes in. Cameron Steele, who had 2 tours in college, North Carolina State, then went to Penn State. Actually played in Africa in Tasmania before returning back to Fayetteville, North Carolina to play for the Fury, an NISL club. Coming again upfield on the attack. Upfield. Heath Honold making the late run. Also a late addition to the starting lineup for Charlotte FC. Wadsworth, he takes a tumble. Dominic Jensen gives the shove. Would be quite the accomplishment for the Raleigh Rebels. This mixture of, sure, guys who have had a cup of coffee or two with the big club or someone in the USL, but mainly sticking together in the amateur ranks. Mentioned the Omega Ball. You beat a proud college program. The second highest level of soccer in America, North Carolina FC last night. And you finish off the job against an MLS club if they do so today. Koblihar. Rahid Koblihar.
Recapping results from earlier in the day.
Leaks that to the outside for Del Rosario.
Kingdom FC took down Borussia.
That's maybe where the edge in last night's game came from. A lot of these guys had their chances to maybe stay on a North Carolina FC roster and didn't make the final squad, or they played with U23, so there was a lot of passion in that game. Rahid Kopar, midfielder from Bosnia, played all over Eastern Europe, Slovenia, his native Bosnia, and
defeated SLCFC
the Bosnia-Herzegovina Premier League with Sarajevo.
Defeated Virginia Dream.
Cameron Steele nearly took it away off the boots of Darius Barnes.
Over Sayward FC 8-1 earlier today.
Took a heavy challenge on a shot last night. He's got to be bruised down along that right ankle. That's what you play through here. Playing 3 games in such close quarters to finish off the group stage, but he's getting off the ground for the tournament for the first time, and we've seen the spectacular, including that one. On the play back in fields, it's the opening goal for Charlotte, and it's a good one from Honold. Former Wake Forest man, and then at West Virginia, answers the call to tie the game at 1. Remember, indirect free kicks, they restart play when the ball goes out of bounds. So it wasn't a throw, but a great pass. Honold made no mistake. Here he is. He's from Coon Rapids, Iowa. He's in a straitjacket with the pressure from the team in white, the Raleigh Rebels.
From Wadsworth for Charlotte FC in the 7th minute. The crowd now tied with Raleigh Rebels FC 1-0 in the 8th minute.
Here comes the cross over the top. Fagundo going back to Moreno for Charlotte. Wadsworth calls for some help. That hit the hand of Dominic Jensen. And Raymond talking with our referee, Adonis Alwar. What a stop. Made at the back by Kenny Perkinson. Starting to his left, the former Winthrop goalkeeper. He went off to UNC Pembroke. A couple of amateur clubs in the state of North Carolina, and one of the overall Carolinas, Myrtle Beach Mutiny. Nick Retzlaff. Several have subbed in. Will be interesting to see the card that Raleigh plays in terms of their substitutions and who they want to rest, and gearing up for what they may see tonight. Their opponent's still unknown and to be figured out. On the subsequent field surrounding here at the Wake Med Soccer Complex, built in 2002. All the great soccer it's hosted over the last 2 decades. Teams have traded goals. Raleigh Rebels on the board first. Courtesy of Cameron Steele. There's Archie Philiter. Retzlaff. Robert Christo. Another player of Bosnian descent. He's a Bosnian Croat on this Raleigh Rebels roster. Retzlaff. Another member of the Wolfpack. There are 4 on this Raleigh team. Freddie Gomez earns the corner. Retzlaff. There it is. Great delivery inside for Faisal Almu-Basalat. Almu-Basalat played at UNC Greensboro. He's invited to the U23 Jordan camp. His father was a U20 player back in the early 80s and a good pro in his homeland. Almu-Basalat, Faisal Almu-Basalat with the second goal for Raleigh. Just past 10 minutes. Top two teams advancing. They have 2 wins. They're on their way. Trying to finish a perfect 3-0. They'll be atop the group regardless of what happens.
NCFC 1-0 in the 14th minute.
Jamil Garcia. It's a hospital ball going back across the field. And Kenny Perkinson will settle it to build up again for the Raleigh Rebels.
On field 4, Raleigh Rebels on the board again. 11th minute goal scored by Nick Retzlaff, assisted by Archie Older.
Goal scored by number 17 plus 1, Wondolowski. Scored
Garcia.
in the 4th minute.
Almu-Basalat.
Retzlaff from Philader for Raleigh Rebels.
Perkinson.
2-1 over Charlotte FC on field 4.
Archie Philiter. Filibustered out of the corner. Rafael Facundo going to take that on to safe harbor in front of the Charlotte bench.
Update from the stadium in the 34th minute.
A chip into the area. That's going to be a foul. There was contact with the keeper.
Team Dempsey on the board in the 34th minute with a goal from Chris Wondolowski.
Alex Moreno.
On field 5, Duke Sevens now up 2-0 on North Carolina FC.
Ted Raymond
In the 16th minute.
sees it slip out of his possession. Here's Freddie Gomez. Let's see how in sync the movement is when Raleigh is setting up shop in the attacking half. Almu-Basalat, ambitious look, trying to go for number 2.
The Group H match on field 5 features a pair of 1-1 teams. Both teams with even records coming in, Duke Sevens and NCFC. The goal scorers today for Duke
The
Sevens.
Jordanian gonna get called for the shove.
Zach Mathers and Jesus Ibarra.
Minute 15. The goals for Raleigh came just after 3 minutes, and then minute 11. Surrounding that goal by Honold. Barnes for Moreno. Spliced away by Archie Philiter. Nealis' corner. Hit pretty heavy and over. Ben Raymond. Philliter, 3 different colleges for him. He's pretty much stayed locally. Wake FC and USL2. In the NISL with Tobacco Road and the Phil Fury. 4 minutes till halftime. An opportunity for some of these Raleigh Rebels to rotate in some fresh legs, keep bodies ready to go tonight for the round of 16, not wanting to get injured. Charlotte playing for pride, trying to find their way into their first win here at the TST to close out their run. Darius Barnes played every minute of his rookie season for the New England Revolution. And he was there in 2009, 129 games in his career. Leads the ball up the field for Fagundo. Perkinson trying to get Raleigh back on track. Retaking the lead, they scored first. Freddie Gomez.
Don't forget, Outline invites you to join everyone for the Heather O'Reilly meet and greet this season at 6:30.
It's drop for Garcia, who had 4 seasons a Seahawk for UNC Wilmington, ending his career in 2019. Your scores finishing off group play at the top of the screen. Sala FFF hammering Team Dempsey 6-1. Chris Wondolowski's on a little bit of everything in this tournament, including playing goalkeeper. Does have the Dempsey goals. Nikki Fox trying to play for a 3-0 record. You see the Duke Sevens, and they have found something in the last 12 hours. After their victory over Charlotte, they lead North Carolina FC by 2. The winner is going on and the loser is going home, much like the scenario in our previous game with Natty SC and Conrad and Beasley United. Here, Raleigh trying to complete the triangle, if you will, of Carolina soccer. Amu Baslet, the go-ahead goal scorer, worms his way in the middle. Garcia.
Moments away from target score time. The target score 3. 2-0 currently in favor of Sneaky Fox.
Coming up on the final minute of action here.
Is the winner.
Baslat guarded out by Darius Barnes, who applauds his effort. He had 11 goals. The Greensboro Spartan ended his college days 4 years ago. There's Wadsworth teeing one up. Got the return pass from Ben Raymond. There's Barnes' pass. A little too long. Wanted Luke Williams. There is Barnes. And he and his wife had their first child a year ago.
On field 5, your score at the half. Duke Sevens 2, North Carolina FC 0.
He's been adjusting to that, trying to get Charlotte to adjust to the rigors and excitement of 7-on-7 action here at the TST. But it's the Raleigh Rebels with a goal lead, claiming it with 2 in the first half. Scored first, scored last. 20 minutes remaining till target score time. And the team trying to take down all of the state of Carolina leads by a goal after 20 minutes from Cary, North Carolina.
On field three, we are underway in target score time. Sneaky Fox leads Jackson Boom 2-0. First team to score three, I should say, will be the winner. Again, target score 3 on field 3. Currently Sneaky Fox 2, Jackson Boom 0. Jackson Boom on the board. Now within 1-2-1 the score in favor of Sneaky Fox. Garrett Bloom finds the back of the net for Jackson Boom. 2-1 the score. First to 3 is the victor. We're at halftime on field 4. Raleigh Rebels leads Charlotte FC 2-1. Final score from the stadium. Zawa takes down Team Dempsey 7-1.
Group action continues on fields 3, 4, and 5 as remaining teams battle it out to get a place in the knockout round. Head over now so you don't miss 1 second of the exciting action. A $1 million grand prize is on the line.
Again, final from the stadium, 7-1. Zala takes down Team Dempsey. Match-deciding goal delivered by Lee Wynn, off an assist from Johnny Orlando. Zala 7, Team Dempsey 1.
Your halftime score, the Raleigh Rebels 2, Charlotte FC 1. The very first TST, the soccer tournament. This is the end of group stage play here on day 2 of the competition. Game 3 for these teams. Raleigh trying to go to 3-0, and they've controlled much of the affair. 7 shots to 2, 4 to 1 in terms of shots on target. Beat North Carolina FC last night in the game of this group, 6-5, winning it in, like everyone does, in target score time, but it was back and forth for much of the night. Beat the Duke Sevens, now trying to take down the MLS club, Charlotte FC. Wadsworth and Barnes lost their footing in the back. 20 more minutes and then we get to that target score time, which would be 3, the way the score is at the moment. Charlotte got things even from Heath Honold. There he is in the middle. And a great shot from the top of the box. John Conley. College ball at Quincy University, Ramsey Hassan. Everyone on that Raleigh Rebels roster getting a piece of the action before they go into their matchup tonight. They'll take on the second place team. That's in Group G. Sneaky Fox going to win that group. They're currently winning their game right now. That back pass to Moreno. There are the scores. Zala has put up a touchdown on Team Dempsey. The Raleigh Rebels have put up another goal. It's the second for Almu Baslat. And Faisal has been the face of Game 3 here in Group H. He's got 2 goals. Three goals in search of 3 wins for Raleigh. Quick look at what could have been 4. Jason McCartney couldn't get his feet right before Moreno claimed it.
On field 4, the Raleigh Rebels now leads Charlotte FC by a score of 3-1. That match in the 23rd minute.
earns a free kick here. There's John Conley and Amu Baslat on the hat trick. He's got the second and third goals for Raleigh. Played this game at a nice controlled tempo. There's the hat trick. And a pedestrian celebration if there ever was one for 3 goals in a game. But these guys are used to having success together. They have been downright dominant here in the North Carolina group. They saw Amu Baslat. Got a call up to Jordan's U23 camp showing his fine pedigree.
On field 4,
he's got 3 goals. It's 4-1.
That match in the 25th minute.
15 goals now allowed in 3 group stage games by Charlotte. And the corner coming. Plenty of room to do whatever they want. Hassan wanted that shot. There's Jimmy Nealis stepping in to defend. It's turned over. Conley had eyes as big as doorknobs with all the space he had and let it go early. It got deflected. Very anxious to take that shot. And it's a shooting gallery right now. Baslat, we saw a 4-goal game from PK Humble of #United last night against Conrad and Beasley. Could he join that illustrious group on day 2 here at the TST? Hassan. Colin Daughtry picking the pass out. Remember, there's no offside here in the TST. The positional awareness, even from a lot of these guys who've been playing reserve in the tournament, is really profound. If you look at where Raleigh, they know where they're going to shoot from. They know where they position for rebounds in the smaller field. I mentioned the Omega ball, and if you're not familiar with that, there are 3 teams in a triangle when you're trying to score in the other 2. So Raleigh, case in point, would be trying to score in the other 2 goals. They have won that competition twice, the last in 2021. They're well aware of the 7-on-7, and yet Hubert not speaking anything new to anyone who's ever coached the game, whether it's a regulation-sized field or here in the TST, but the transition moments, especially in 7-on-7, where you're subject to so much space, they've become masters of, and that's been on full display so far. So they could be one of the teams to keep an eye out. Maybe not a headline name to those who were unfamiliar at the start, but they sure knew what their merit was. And also a benefit because they've been playing together for so long, months on end, even years for some. Amu Baslat steering around into the middle, trying to melt the time away. Here's Jimmy Nealis. 4-1 Raleigh. They've got the last 3. There is Nealis.
Make your way over to security at general admission to claim that item. iPhone with a pink case.
Had a shot in the open of Johnny Sinclair, who's been instrumental too with the Charlotte area with the Matthews Mavs. He grew up in Newcastle. Nealis was a New York Cosmo for a while. Number 3 on that back line for the team. That's Charlotte Teal. Well, the Crown, they never really got what they needed going forward, and defensively it's been tough, so ascending to the throne will not be in the cards here in their first TST. Fagundo got fouled over the back by Conley. Here's Sinclair and Nealis. And they deliberate who's going to take this free kick. Just over 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. Target score time still to go. Sinclair into the wall. Sean Barry.
6 p.m. on Stadium Field 1.
Fagundo.
Diplomats takes on Newtown Pride FC.
This will be the last game on this field.
In our knockout stage.
Field 4 through the group stages. Action for the round of 16, moving to fields 1, 2, and 3. Great turn by Fagundo. He hit the post. Got another crack at it. Missed it wide. He was injured much of his career at Wake Forest. He only ended up playing in 16 games when it was all said and done. Graduated in 2017, but he's got the physical presence and mustering into a couple of chances there. Duke Sevens.
10 p.m. in the stadium.
They're on the up and up, looking to win their second consecutive game. They've got 2 goals.
We'll keep you abreast of the schedule.
Tried to work their way into the knockout rounds. Crossfield pass by Freddie Gomez. And it's very funny to look at the complexion of how, not necessarily how you start, but finish. The Hoosier Army, Indiana's alumni base, looked fantastic through 2 games, but the way that group was setting up, everyone had beat Borussia Dortmund. Losing today and losing out on goal differential, falling to 3rd, and they don't even get out of the group. Newtown Pride and Kingdom FC claim those 2 spots. That was in Group A. Pieces of the puzzle, the round of 16 coming together, and the final spots are being determined right now. About that game which we had on field 4, Wolves and their 4-2 win over DMV, and the score is important because that second goal by the Diplomats put them in on a 3-team tiebreak into the round of 16. DMV will play Newtown Pride, Hapoel Tel Aviv, Far East United. Been an event that's been celebrated across the board. The very unfortunate, disappointing circumstances of last night's Dallas United West Ham game, leading to the expulsion of Dallas United. West Ham did play their match this morning, ended up finishing 3rd in the group. On that side of the bracket, Far East United and Hapoel Tel Aviv. These young academy stars, these up-and-comers for the Red Devils, have finished 3-0, and they are a fun, spirited bunch. They'll take on Far East United, the Asian Stars. Wrexham, their Red Dragons, and Roughshod in their group. Conrad and Beasley United won on a thriller in target score time to advance against Natty SC.
Sevens leads NCFC 2-1 in the 37th
Williams
minute.
sailing it away, so half of your round of 16 there. Laid in grass. They finish 3-0. What will this one finish? The goal count continues for Raleigh. That's 5. Freddie Gomez, former Carolina Dynamo man, 19 goals at Guilford. Well, he played college ball back in 2011. Gives the 5th for Raleigh. They've scored 4 unanswered here. Man, 1 through 18 really has been in on the action to close out what's going to be a 3rd straight win. So with that goal differential finish, Kingdom FC, second in Group A, they get Blade and Grass, who won all 3 of their matches. Culture by Mo Ali and SLC, Sports Leagues Canada. On the other side of the round of 16, and hashtag United, they have been a team that could make their way, maybe make a run into the last 4. Group that plays in the Ismanian Premier League. Como 1907, though, there have been plenty of pieces of evidence from them that they're also in the mix. If everyone's good, if you get out of the group. G and H are the final pieces. We know Sneaky Fox will be there. We know the Raleigh Rebels will too. Determining those second seeds out of both G and H. Caleb Duvernay. And watching this coverage over the last day or so, Nick Forbes, Mike Glennon, we've got a wonderful crew working all across the board at the WakeMed Soccer Complex. Salute to all of you. So wrapping up the group stage games. Trying to wrap in a 6th goal. It was always high from Hassan. Moreno upfield. Luke Williams. Gomez. He's got one of the 5. The 3 belong to Amu Baslat. Came on as a sub and has since been sitting out. Plenty of room for more for the Raleigh Rebels. They've gone about their business in a very professional way against the pro team, Charlotte FC. Nick Retzlaff controlling things, settling it down. Honold hustling back to take it and then spills it. Hassan. Jason McCartney was trying to incise that pass in the middle. It has indeed been fun, these group stage games. It's going to go up a notch. The knockout round starting this evening. North Carolina FC on the board They're heading to target score time. They need 2. That's for the second place spot in this group. And the winner will see Sneaky Fox, Mike McGee's team, 2013 MLS MVP. Got 90 seconds remaining in regulation. We won't have any stoppage time, but we'll have target score time, and that number will be looking like 6. Ramsey Hassan. Little give and go. He's got his goal. He had been close a couple of times and was determined. From Lewisburg College here in North Carolina. He was once in the DC United Academy and also with Orlando City. Played in the Open Cup with Virginia United. It's 6 for the Raleigh Rebels. Extra point pending, and they'll need it in target score time. Now they know their way around this truncated field in this format. And they'll definitely be in the mix to make their way to Sunday. Got 17 goals through the 3 group stage games. And we hit the 40-minute mark. We hit target score time. Raleigh. They will be the state champs. They want to be the soccer tournament champs. Looking ready to wrap it up with their next goal.
Raleigh Rebels leads Charlotte FC 6-1.
It all started with that Cameron Steele mark to get them going. And visions of adding to the trophy case.
Set for target score time on field.
So the target score is 7.
Sevens leads North Carolina FC 2-1. Target score 3.
And later this evening, with the round of 16 getting underway, you can view those games on Peacock, all of them, from the round of 16 on out, starting at 6 o'clock. Newtown Pride, DMV Diplomats get it started. Field 3 will feature Hapoel Tel Aviv and Far East United. Wrexham and Conrad and Beasley, they'll meet at 7:30. That's Stadium Field 2, Salem Stadium. Home to the North Carolina Courage, North Carolina FC, adjacent to near fields 3, 4, and 5. Target score time. The lead score is 6. 7 wins it. Player comes off every 5 minutes until that mark is hit. Thomas Elwar is in the background. He had the first game this morning in the center. Last moments here for Charlotte FC. Despite not getting the results they want, they'll always be remembered for this group coming out to play Play for the memory of Anton Walks, just heartbreaking. And tragic death prior to the start of the season in a boating accident. He was part of the Tottenham Academy. So young too, still in his mid-20s. Started with Atlanta United, then became a fan favorite in Charlotte, wearing the captain's armband a lot in their very first season in MLS. But the beauty of this inaugural edition and the subsequent tournaments that will follow, the adjustments that'll be made, you can open a wide lens to what you need to succeed, and we're seeing some of these relative unknowns, for the lack of a better description, those who have hung around in the lower divisions but played the small-sided games, the competitions really thrive. You need speed. You can say it's a young man's game in the full 90-minute edition. That proves true here. But there are still some great players and veterans in the twilights of their career, really having an enjoyable time and showing they still got something left in the tank. William Bonahede coming on for Charlotte in goal here in target score time. Boslot, he's sitting on 4 goals. He had what looked like a view to take that, but instead gave it off to Kobaljar. Some of the starters are back out there for Raleigh. Next goal for them wraps it up at 7. Charlotte needs 6. They're going to get an opportunity here after Philiter fouled Facundo. It's a final. The Duke Sevens are on. They'll see Sneaky Fox, Zala FFF, and the Raleigh Rebels are going to play at 10:45 tonight. Game on field 3. AJ De La Garza, 3-time MLS Cup winner. Lee Wynn, MLS MVP finalist, putting Zala together. Philiter trying to fill it up. Facundo. Snip it in. Not only do you have Kenny Perkinson, but you got his brother Lane. He's also a goalkeeper. He's out there right now. What a save, Bonaheme. Del Rosario was ready to end it.
Renegade GK glove special, 20% off all goalkeeping gloves at Renegade GK. Still in effect for patrons of the soccer tournament.
Upstate New York for his college ball, Niagara Buffalo State. Keeps the game going with the stop. No more mysteries to those who have advanced to the last 16. We have that for this very first TST. Del Rosario can't cross the T's and dot the I's because they've known since the start that Raleigh will top Group H. There's Facundo. Look out. Time to pull off some players. We haven't had a goal in 5 minutes. Del Rosario. He's got options here. That try didn't get all the way through. Now Dustin Swinehart spills that pass off on the wing. And Fagundo going down.
Target score time on field 4, 6v6. Raleigh Rebels 6, Charlotte FC 1. Target score 7.
Jimmy Nealis. Trying to provide a little posterity for the crown. Into the back of Swinehart and Almu Batlot. I'll say it was last off of longtime Charlotte Eagle. That area, a lot of history before they hit the Major League Soccer stride, the Independents, the Eagles. Lots of work in that second division, the local rivalry or the state rivalry with North Carolina FC, rebranded. They were the Carolina Hawks for so many years. The leave off, Bonahene. Gonna bounce that. Need to before the halfway line. Philiter fouling Fagundo. Saying that's some persistent infringement. Wants to see a yellow. Here is Fagundo. A lot of skill to his game. It's 4-on-2 the other way. We're 6v6 here in target score time. Gomez. Conley. Back to Lane Perkinson, who's taken over her brother Kenny. Philiter. Holnold almost got held. Got it away towards his own bench. Now if you look at the action throughout these group stages, the only team that scored more goals than Raleigh throughout the group stage was Wrexham, who had 23 and only allowed 3 in their 3 matches. So this team can play with anybody. Waiting on the obvious conclusion here. Seventh goal will do that. Bonahene. Well, the Charlotte goalkeeper is making sure that they've got to earn every bit of it. Swinehart slipped. Honold. Del Rosario going at Nealis. Someone not a fan of that most recent decision. But here's one. We've gone another 5 minutes. We'll peel away a couple more players. Swinehart. Once upon a time, he was a Miami Redskin, now Red Hawks. Our all-time leading goal scorer when he left the school, and he's still top 3 in Oxford, Ohio. Lane Perkinson. Filleter. It's Gomez. Essentially becoming a man-to-man, although Charlotte will sink in toward the top of the penalty area here. Garcia. Holnold for Charlotte. He took it away from the ground midfielder, and now
we're down to 5v5 on field 4.
We'll get the ball back up fields.
Target scores 7.
Jamil Garcia. Hassan, he's got one of the 6 goals. Kulbalhar, he ended the game last night. Hassan had it blocked. And the pass offline. Banahene. This is the intrigue of this scenario. Once more players come off the field, the goalkeepers get more involved up the field. It's going to squirt through Garcia. Call a little bit of a push on Rahman, a foul given. Kopelhar. Weaving across the grain. Dominic Jensen. Garcia. Kopelhar. And it roll off the toe. Banahene. Shielded there by his defender. That's Sean Barry. There's Nealis. This is very clunky right now. Nealis is still down. The free kick's coming at the top of the arc for Holnold. Could get a shot away. Six to 1 Raleigh. 5 unanswered, but we've been sitting on the conclusion for a while now in target score time. The field is not expanding. It's just the personnel that's melting away. We're going 4v4 in the field now. Fagundo comes back on. So with the keepers, it's 5v5. Garcia's going to jog off. And now it's 4v4, so they are past another 5 minutes of action. And Facundo Honold on the rebound, and Charlotte has a second.
Charlotte.
So they take advantage with the teams whittling down here. Honold making it 6-2. We're 3v3. Lanahene, he's been a brick wall since his insertion in this round. Built like a fullback or a middle
Charlotte FC
linebacker.
goal scored by number 2 Scott Larrabee in target score time. The score: Raleigh Rebels 6, Charlotte FC 2. Target score 7.
They've announced Larrabee the goal scorer, and we do apologize. We've had a couple of roster number changes for Charlotte. Doesn't matter, because they will head back to the Queen City. It is officially a state championship for the Raleigh Rebels. Jensen gets the capper.
The game winner scored by Dominic Jensen.
7 goals for the team that
Raleigh Rebels 7, Charlotte FC 2.
has started to master this 7-on-7 affair. Will they be playing for 7 figures? They're into the round of 16. They were the group winners from the start. Sala FFF awaits them
That concludes our early session here on day 2
at
of the
10:45 tonight here in Cary. 7-2 the final. We salute our great crew. Forbes, Mike Glennon here on Field 4. I'm Neil Sika. We thank you for watching the group stages. It's all to play for to the knockout rounds next. You can view those games on Peacock here in the very first soccer tournament from Cary, North Carolina.
Scheduled for 7:30 in the stadium. Conrad and Beasley United takes on Wrexham. 9 p.m. inside the stadium. Blade and Grass FC takes on